Nurses and teachers are some of the most successful digital marketers I've ever seen. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion why, and yes, I said that's an opinion. And oh, Merry Christmas. But I know in my audience, I have a lot of people who are nurses or who are teachers, and they're looking for something else. Maybe they're nervous to get started. So I'm going to tell you why I feel like these two people from these professions are some of the most successful. Before I do, like and save this video, mash that follow button. Together, you and I are making $5,000 to $10,000 a month online with digital products. Let's start with teachers. Now, some of that's kind of self-explanatory, right? They teach really well. People learn from them really well. So once they've decided on a niche and a product or service that they're going to promote, they can articulate it really well so other people can understand. It's a gift that teachers have. They also tend to have patience. Working with children, whether it be kindergarten all the way up through high school, you gotta have some sort of patience. So they don't generally quit easily. They don't quit immediately when they don't see results because they have the patience to see it through. They understand that with enough learning and education, anything is possible, right? They see the student in the beginning of the year failing and becomes an A student by the end of the year. So it's kind of wired in a teacher's brain. Another reason, and this is not to be offensive to any of you teachers out there, because we all know you're underpaid. I don't care what state you're in, you're underpaid. But because a teacher's salary is typically low, on the low end of the average salary of a state, no matter what state or country you're in, teachers tend to celebrate the small wins. When they make their first $50 sale, their first $200 day, their first $500 day, they're celebrating that because for some teachers, that could be 2 weeks' salary. Whereas people coming out of maybe other professions might look at a couple $100 as like, right? Whereas a teacher's like, heck yeah, I got to teach for like 2 weeks to get that. So let's move on to nurses. Why I feel like nurses are some of the best digital marketers. Again, my opinion, but nurses work 12-hour shifts. They're hustlers. They're willing to get their fingers dirty and grind all day long and figure it out. They're also problem solvers, right? You start having things beep in the ER and they got to figure out what's going on. So when a nurse sees a challenge, they're like, I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to figure out why my videos aren't getting views. I'm going to figure out why I'm not making sales. They're typical problem solvers. They also work closely with patients. So again, they understand how to speak to people. They get some challenging patients that aren't willing to cooperate. So they handle objections really well. Now, in terms of money, a nurse's salary is usually a little bit higher. Of course, it depends on if they're in a hospital, if they're in a doctor's office, but they got to work 12-hour shifts to get that. So when they make their first $500 online, they're like, hell yeah, I could do that from home. I'd have had to clean up somebody's pee to do that before. Obviously, this isn't my typical content, but I do notice trends in the market. And I've seen a lot of nurses and a lot of teachers have a lot of success in digital products and courses. These are just my conclusions on maybe why. Let me know in the comments what questions you have about digital products. I'd be happy to answer them for you.